This is the 51st episode of God's Chosen podcast. Today we are going to talk about a deal with the devil. Here's my story about what deal was made and exactly what happened. Do I regret the deal? No. I regret that it didn't go how I had hoped, but there are lessons. Let's dive in. Enjoy.
What up, y'all? It's your boy. This guy's chosen. Been a minute, but life, man. Life has been going on. Having wild battles. You know, the kid JW out there got me working. So I've been putting in that work. So let me tell y'all, the last few nights, I've smelt what death smells like. Crazy. Wow. You know, I've seen myself beat death on one of those nights. And that was a wild night. If I tell y'all that story, let me tell y'all that story, man. That shit was wild. So the kid, JW, you know the name, Justin Whitfield, out there doing the most, the magic tricks, still doing it. Let me tell y'all the story though. Shout out to Justin. So this is what happened. If this is my last will and testament, so be it. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell y'all everything. This is what happened. The other night, to be honest with you, I've been fighting for a minute, most of my life. And my thoughts was, I don't want to fight no more. I want to end it. You know what I'm saying? I want this to be over with. So I'm fighting. Ironic. I know. I'm fighting, man. I'm fighting because I want it to stop, as crazy as it sounds. I want it to end. I want it, that doesn't necessarily that I wanted anyone to lose their life. No. That was the furthest thing. I actually wanted quite the opposite. I wanted everyone to be able to live their lives. I wanted everyone to be happy in what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? So that started on Sunday, right? So I was going in, doing my spiritual warfare, right? And I think that was after like Friday, where I went in on some spiritual warfare. And then I woke up Saturday to Brittany attacking me on behalf of Justin, because Justin got beat up on Friday spiritually, right? So Justin went to Brittany and tried to get Brittany to attack me on his behalf, right? Brittany, I forgot your last name, but you know who you are. But anyway, all the witches in the community probably know Brittany. But look, yeah, Justin went to Brittany. Brittany was attacking me, probably because Justin told her a lie to get her to do it. Brittany, don't be listening to that dude. He's a liar, and I'm going to prove it even more when I talk. So listen, this is what happened. Sunday, spiritual warfare, right? Trying to get over this, trying to get past this. And today is Tuesday, right? Today Monday. So it may have been Saturday. Yeah, Saturday where I went in spiritual warfare. Yeah, it was Saturday, because Brittany attacked me Saturday morning. And then, I started going in Saturday. And then Sunday, I went in too. But listen, this what happened. So last night was probably the craziest night. It was like, we was going at it. I was going at it all day last night. I did not let up. I did not stop. Just going in spiritual warfare the whole day, right? From like 9 o'clock all the way to like 4 or 5 in the morning. I did not stop, right? So, you know, Justin he's not a magician. He is a trickster. He's a copycat. He doesn't really have any tricks. I think Google is his friend. He's not who he looks like. He's just using Google and pretty much copying everything that I do. He's using like his little spirits and stuff. And while I know how to get rid of them, I use them to my advantage. So let's say he got his little friends, his little monitoring spirits. I use those to my advantage. And he pretty much doing what I want him to do. You know what I mean? Because he think he in control. But he not in control. Everything he do, I've already thought of it. I'm so far ahead, it's crazy. But I let him think what he want to think. Right? I already know what's going to be his downfall. But, you know, that is what it is. But listen, so we going at it. And I'm going to give y'all condensed version a little bit. Going at it all night yesterday. And then this morning, I decided that I don't want to fight anymore. I'm done. And it's not because I'm not a fighter. It's more like I've been fighting all my life. And I'm choosing to let God take this fight. I'm choosing to let God do whatever God want to do. I'm surrendering. Because it's bigger than me. It's never about me. Like, I don't care about a lot of earthly things. You know what I'm saying? Like, the things most people care about, I don't care about. Like, the money, cars, flash, you know what I mean? The fame. I don't really care about that. To be honest with you, like, God has to force me to be out there, like, to be out there more than I want to be. You know what I mean? He got to force me to do that. Because the thing about me is I never wanted those things if God wasn't involved. You know what I mean? Because you can have those things. But if you get those things in the wrong way, if you get those things when you're dealing with dark energy, they are never truly yours. See that dark energy? They're going to trick you. They're going to make you think that it's yours because they're going to give you things, right? Your world on the outside looking in is going to look fantastic because that's the whole idea. It's all about the image. But in reality, it will be chaos. No one is going to know you're suffering. They're going to see glimpses like we always see in Hollywood and the music biz. We always see them doing weird things and we like, why are they doing weird things? They got all the money, they got the lifestyle. Why aren't they happy? It's because they had to do weird things to get the money, to get the image. You had boys out there sleeping with boys. You got men sleeping with men, women sleeping with women. And it's all for money. It's all for an image. You know what I'm saying? Young girls sleeping with dudes like way older, like young girls. You know what I'm saying? That's Hollywood. That's the industry. You know? They got a lot of names out there that people throw around, you know? But this would happen when you sell your soul. You lose yourself. You forget who you are. And I bet a lot of them spend a long time trying to get back to who they were. Because they realize, like, your soul is priceless. They realize that money really ain't everything. It's not worth it. I'm going to tell y'all this story that's happened today. So I made Justin a deal this morning after a long night of battle. I made Justin a deal. I said, Justin, what do you need? Because I said, I know you got a family. I know you want to take care of your family. I said, what do you need to take care of your family? Justin said about 50, 60K to be able to take care of his family and whatever he needs to take care of. This is all telepathic, right? Having this conversation. And I say, all right, Justin, what if I hooked you up with a job? I could get you something where you could make that money. He was like, nah, I don't want no job. That's what he said. But he wanted to take care of his family. He also said that, but that gives me pause, right? And I said, all right, you don't want to work. You don't want no job. All right. What if you can make that money working 3-4 hours a day? And he was like, cool. I was like, all right, bet. I said, give me 2 weeks and I will come back to you with something that we can work with. Because even though he was saying 50 to 60K, I possibly had an idea that could make a whole lot more than that. And I told him it could be some real money, right? And he was like, okay. So now Justin was stealing everything from me, my energy, everything, all night, right? Gave me back my energy, removed all the spirits, right? Removed all the magic, right? And I'm like, cool, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking to myself, I would rather this outcome than one of us losing our lives. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather this outcome than anything happening that can negatively affect our families, And I was like, okay, I could work with this. This feels good. I was like, yo, I just told him straight up, like, there's a person of interest that I need to speak with. Relay the message. He said, cool, right? So that was after I was eating my cereal. I decided to lay down because I've been up, right? And I lay down, and then, oh, damn, I forgot something, y'all. I have to tell this. I got to rewind a little bit because last night was crazy. So there was a point last night where while we was fighting, where me and Justin was in the same body. Justin was in my body. The night when I beat death, Justin was in my body. And the angels took death away. Right? So that's how I beat death. And Justin was in my body because he didn't want to die. That's crazy, right? Angels took death away from me. And then it led to this morning, the conversation, the offer. And then I got into my bed, about to take a nap. And, told Justin to take the last spirit or two away. Took it away. Gave me my energy back, right, that he stole. And then a few minutes later, I start feeling like an attack. So he sent another attack. He sent another death spell, right? And I'm like, yo, you sent another death spell? He wasn't answering, right? And then he was like, I'm not going to do the deal, right? So I said, all right, you're not going to do the deal. So while you talking to me, you attacking me, right? You ain't say nothing, right? And I was like, wow, I was just telling him, I was like, yo, bro, I wish somebody had offered me a deal like that when I was down, when I was out, when I didn't know nothing, when I didn't have anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give you a way out. I'm trying to show you that there's another way. We don't have to go at each other, right? And he got quiet. He rejected that. Started attacking me more. And I was like, bro, you can make some real money. Quiet. Still attacking me. And then it was like he closed off communication. He wasn't saying that. So he commenced to attack me. I said, so this is the route you want to go? I said, because this is not going to end well if you go this route. And I said, are you sure this is where you want to go? Right? And he didn't say anything. It looked like he made up his mind that's where he wanted to go. And I was like, all right, so this is what happened next. See, the thing about it is, he had an opportunity. He decided that he would rather take advantage of people. He would rather do his destiny swap. And that's what he was focused on, doing his destiny swap so he could inherit what was mine, steal my birthright, and all the things that come with it, right? Basically, didn't like his life enough to give his life a shot. He wanted to steal mine, right? So I laid down and I said, fine, I'm not fighting it. I surrender my life to God, and whatever happens, happens, right? So I'm laying down. I fully surrendered. And Justin is continuing on with his death magic. And I'm going to tell y'all what God did. God saw that in my heart, I gave him a chance. God saw the offer that I made him. God saw that he was unwilling to change. And as Justin was trying to take my life, God took his life. And then instead of Justin actually going where he was supposed to go, Justin jumped into my body. So he didn't have to face death. He didn't have to leave. And then he tried to stay in my body, right? I told Justin, while he's in my body, I'm talking to him. I'm like, bro, you got to take accountability for what you're doing. You've done a lot of things. And you know, it's like he's hearing me, but he ain't listening. He wanted the easy way. He wanted the fast way. So while Justin's in my body, stealing my energy, doing magic against me while he's in my body, right? And basically being quiet so he can do whatever he thinks he needs to do to survive. And I'm telling him, like, bro, surrender to the Lord. Give yourself to God, right? And you know what he did? He surrendered, but he surrendered in my body. And when you do that, it basically locks him down in my body. So that way he's basically leaving me out in the open to die. Because the death is still coming. Death spell is still in effect at this time. So it's still coming on us. But now it's coming on me because he surrendered in my body, so he's protected. Or at least that's what he thinks. Right? But it just goes to show you Like, there's really no helping him. I gave him every opportunity. And he, after seeing everything that God did for me, when I told him the things that God could do for him and seeing what God has done for me, he straight up rejected all of it. Like, he thinks that he is more powerful than God because he knows a little something, something. And what I tried to tell him was, God created everything that you're doing, bro. God is of the light and the dark. God created both the light and you focusing on the dark. You have no idea about the light. I am of the light, but I'm also familiar with the dark. I choose to not do the dark unless I have to do the dark. But we can't separate them. Okay? I don't think we should separate them because there is good in darkness, just like there's darkness and light. It sounds crazy, but quite true. Let me explain. Like, there are things that people can do. You can do good with darkness. What example do I mean? You can defend yourself if you have to. And I'm not talking about like summoning spirits or anything like that. That's I don't really want to play in that area. I would rather summon the light. If I was to summon anything, I would rather call on my angel. Right? But if you're in a situation where you may have to use darkness to fight darkness, it's possible. Because the fight that I'm fighting, I've used my angels. But Justin is casting spells to block everything that they can do. Right? So if I tap into my darkness, I would have to tap into my darkness to beat Justin, to claim the victory, right? I would have to. And I haven't tapped into my darkness because I really didn't want to tap into my darkness. But I know what would happen if I did. And I was trying to spare him from that, right? I've been trying to use light. I've been trying to help him become something different, something else, give him an option, right? And see, when he came against me and he made the decision after I gave him the offer and he still tried to kill me, it showed you who he was. It showed you who he was and it showed you who he thought he was. You know what I mean? This dude can't be trusted. And that's why God was like, okay, fine, you can't be trusted and we can't have you here. So now Justin is doing everything he can to stay here. I don't know if he went back in his body. I don't know that at this time. I haven't looked into it. But what I do know is he's fighting to stay here now. More than likely, he's back in his body. I don't know. But he's still got my energy. He's still doing magic. And he thinks he's a god for some reason. And it's very sad. Because I don't know how, like, he got kids. He got kids. And I don't know if his kids heard this story, they could look at him the same way. Because every kid, like, their parent is their hero. Regardless of the situation, you know what I'm saying? there's a point where every parent is their kid's hero. And if they came to know of this story, or they come to hear this story, they might look at him different. Because while I may have spoken the offer was more than likely coming through me from God as an alternative way out. And despite what God has shown him, he's still choosing to go with the death spells. He's still choosing to go with all this nefarious magic. And now it's like he's forcing God to do other things. He's forcing God to not show any mercy whatsoever because he showed none. He's forcing God to make an example out. You see, what happens when the things you believe are no longer true? What happens when what you think you see is not there? What happens when everything you've known shows that you know nothing? What happens when God becomes God? When God shows you God? What happens when everything in somebody's world shifts at such a speed, so rapidly, that it shakes them to the core? I don't know. It depends on the individual. But I'm going to tell you, as I sit here right now, there's a death spell on me. As I sit here right now. What's going to happen? I don't know. I'm going to leave it to God. But I'm going to tell you, I don't know if I'm ever be friends with anybody named Justin again at all. Sorry for all the Justins out there if I make this. Sorry. I don't know if I'm ever be friends with anybody named Justin again. It's like, it's going to take me a little bit to, you know? Ladies, be careful out there, man. Everybody is not who they seem to be. I'm going to recommend like everybody get like a spiritual advisor. Everybody. Just get one, bro. Get one. I'm going to recommend that for real. You got to get one. You got to get one. But first, you got to get rid of anything that may be around you. You got to any monitoring spirits. You got to get rid of any spying spirits, because it's monitoring spirits. They got different ones. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you get rid of all of them and you clear them all. And you got to, cut those cords from people you got to cut the cords with. You can't just You can't just like leave your spiritual life unattended to. The Bible is a great tool, great reference. You got to read your scriptures, read your Psalms, read your Proverbs, read whatever you need in the moment. Whatever is going to be your substance, read and take it in. Because at the end of the day, all you need is God. But you have to know the tricks of your enemy. You got to know the tricks of your enemy, and you got to be able to defend yourself on the physical as well as the spiritual. Okay? Don't let anybody trick you or make you think that they're God. There's only one true God. There's only one. Don't let anybody fool you. Don't fall for their tricks. It don't matter what someone can do or who they think they are. They are not God. Okay? It's their ego. It's their pride. I mean, I offered this man a legitimate way. This man chose to be lazy. He said he basically want to sit on his butt and collect money off of women, man. That's what he want to do. He don't want to do nothing else. It's sad. Literally, like, tried to show him how to boss up, like, be his own man. Nah, don't want to do it. Would rather sit home and do magic all day. I said, bro, you doing that like a job anyway, you might as well get a real job because he ain't making no real money from magic. I said, let's get let's do something that's going to really put some money in your pocket. They didn't want to do it. And I told him before he even I said, bro, you ever did something that you wish you never did? I set it up. I told him that before he even tried to do the death spell. I said, bro, you ever did something that you wish you never did? Because down the line, you're going to wish you never did this. Because I tried. It's like, I tried to tell him it ain't all about money, bro. And then when he tried to do me, and then God did him, he got scared and ran into my body. And at that point, I bet he wished he had took the deal. But it's not because, it was because he was scared now. He didn't want to die. You know what I'm saying? It's not because he was like, oh yeah, let me try to be a better person. Let me try to switch it up. It wasn't because of that. It was because he was scared. And now he saw how God worked. And he was like, oh shoot, let me get over here. From the night before, he figured that was an option. So he jumped in my body. Yeah. And it's so crazy because I'm the one he was doing the death spell on. While the death spell was still on me, he jumped in my body to save his life. Isn't that crazy? That just goes to show you, man. What if I was already dead? What would he have done? He would have had to just die. I saved him more times than he's even cared to acknowledge. Me. And yet still trying to take me out. And I know, like, I don't really know how to feel about that. I could say, like, I expected him to do it because on some level I did. I was hoping that, things would be different. But I see, like, there's really no taking accountability. There's really no reparations. He's really not trying to be anything other than what he is, or not trying to do anything other than what he's known. And I don't know. I tried to heal him on several occasions of a lot of different things, but the things that are plaguing him, I haven't actually, as the pride and the ego, the biggest things. And the control issues, because he wants to control everything to make everything go his way. He don't want to take any accountability for his actions. He don't want to face any consequences for his actions. He just want to run around and do what he wants. I'm trying to tell him, it's not how this works. There are rules. And he don't know the game that he playing. He think he know, but he don't know. It's not just one way. There are rules in the dark and there are rules in the light. And when you don't follow the rules, things are going to happen to you. Despite what you think. Like I told you before you did the death spell, things are not going to work out how you think they're going to work out. And I proved to be right. God took his life. He didn't die maybe because he came into my body. But I told him, I said, bro, it's not going to work how you think it's going to work. And even now, as he's still got my energy and he's still doing what he's doing, it's not going to work how you think it's going to work. Nobody knows the plans of God. Nobody knows what God is going to do. Only a fool could think that they can fathom what God is going to do on any level. You know what I'm saying? I've got angels. They've got my back. I've got ancestors. I've got a lot of things. I've got secrets. I've got things I could do. To be honest, this could have ended a long time ago. But I didn't want to take anybody's life. That's not what I'm here for. I'm a healer. I'm a healer. So you could understand my hesitancy to go any other route. I don't want nobody's blood on my hands. But he don't care. He don't care about having any blood on his hands. He already does. So what's another body, right? He don't care. Sad but true. Sad but true. The crazy part about this, at the end of 2023, I seen something that said, God is going to show the world that he is real. It's going to show the world he is real. and amazing. And when I saw that, I had no idea what would be involved in it. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I know they got a lot of other chosen ones out there that's going through similar situations. But I don't know if they're going through it at the level I'm going. I don't think so. Because I'm a little different, though. I'm a little different. Just, you know, in the things that I've done, the things that I'm doing. And that's not to take anything away from it. Just, there are things that I know that I can't really say right this moment. But what I can say is, I told Justin how it was going to end. I said, Justin, I've seen the ways this is going to end. And I said, this is the best choice for you to take the deal. He said, no, I don't want the deal. I changed my mind. I'm like, okay. And then the results happen. So I want all the Justins out there to listen to what I said throughout this podcast. I want y'all to listen. I want y'all to take heed. And I don't know if all of y'all are going to actually listen and actually take heed to the story, because this is about life, not death. This is about life. We all have life choices. And although he decided to go left, he made that choice. And now, believe it or not, he is going to have to face the consequences of those choices. And I don't know why he keeps running. I don't know why. Unhealed trauma, unhealed wounds. More than like, but that's why we have God. That's why you have God, someone that you can turn to. But he's over here blocking scripture. He's over here blocking anything that has to do with, right? But you can't block God. You might think you can, but you can't. God is not blockable. God is not a contact in your phone. We wish he was, but he is not. There are other ways to reach. You got to pray to reach God. You've got to commune with him. And he will deliver you. God will always deliver you from the snare of the fowler. He will. He will restore you. He will. God will do what he said he's going to do. He will always do that. Every promise will be kept. You don't have to worry. I've surrendered many times. But this morning, I surrendered everything. My body, my life, everything into God's hand. And he delivered. Powerful. Powerful. And although Justin did another death spell, the result, I feel like I'm putting it back in his hands. Whatever God wants to do with me, he can do with me. Just fully and completely. Why not? Look at all the things he's already done for me. I can't ignore that. And it's crazy because Justin is seeing this. He's seeing this. He's not acknowledging. He's so in his pride and his ego, he's only acknowledging everything that Justin is. He's not acknowledging even after he's seeing them. But listen, if this is the last that y'all hear from me, I want to say episode 51, number 6, episode 51 is definitely the episode to listen to. All of them are good. This one is special to me. Could be the last. But maybe I do. I want to say I love all of y'all, even the ones that's trying to kill me. It's all good. It's not up to y'all, it's up to God. God, I love you. And I thank you for always delivering me and restoring me, giving me restitution. Thank you. Honor, glory, praise all to you. Thank you. And with that, y'all, I'm out. It is still God's chosen. Y'all have a good night.